Hello friends, welcome back to I Made Me Think end-to-end website testing using Selenium, Cucumber and Java. In this particular playlist, I took an example of airlines ticket booking website validation. We saw important features to be considered. We saw some examples. We have done a end-to-end scenario actual walkthrough. Now automation implementation and code walkthrough. Here we will see feature file, Java code, Selenium code, utilities, test result and things like that. So let's open the code, and I have already opened the American Airlines feature file and Go Air feature file. When you open the code, let's start with the basic package and feature file naming convention. So package name will start with com.I-made-me-think _ web automation, and pkg is the name. The package name should start with pkg. All package names, if you see the core package names, it starts with pkg. These are all utility packages. The feature files or the Cucumber file naming convention starts with the category first, for example airlines, and then the actual website name or the company name. Now let's get started with the Cucumber layer. So I've opened this Cucumber, and in the general page factory package there is something called step definition.java file. So as you are aware that in Selenium, or this is a Cucumber and page factory model implementation or page object model implementation. So in feature file which consists of different scenarios, let's get started with tags. So tags are something, or hooks, these are something if you want to execute only those scenarios which are hooked with this particular tag. So let's say home page, I want to execute a scenario which is tagged with this particular tag or hook. How to run it we will see when we are running the code, but for now just understand that I have put one tag here or a hook. Feature, this is the line which explains that what is the content of this feature file. Overview. Background, so background is something, it is a keyword in Cucumber. Background is something which says to the compiler that execute whatever is under background before any scenario, before any of the scenario. So it's like before class or before method, this kind of annotations which we can correlate with testng or junit. So before any scenario the background steps will get executed. So we have this keyword like given, when, then. So init Firefox browser and website under test is this. So this is the URL, short name is this. Scenario outline. If you remember, in the initial set of videos I have stated that one scenario consists of many small scenarios. So I have done it as a scenario outline. This is again a keyword in Cucumber Gherkin language, where it says that scenario outline will have examples, so that each line wherever the keywords are found it will be repeated. So this particular scenario with 3 steps will be repeated these many number of times. So instead of writing let's say around 15 different scenarios. A scenario outline can cover them all. Let's take a simple example of this scenario outline. Home page functionality, look and feel validation, as we discussed here. Look and feel. So basically look and feel is on the first page. Always and always when a user opens up any website, the home page or the first page, the landing page, whatever you call, gives an impression that should I come back to this website or not. So first impression is a good impression. So let's check out some elements. Home page attribute. So home page URL, title, logo, default logo, loading time, home page elements, for example button, link. These are the links, a advantage, one world. If you see here, these are the links. This is the logo, this is the texture logo, this is one world alliance. So no matter what, this should remain the same, so that next time if the user visits this website, he realizes that he landed on the same website or on the same page, unless it is very critical or there are some offers and things like that. Go Air. Here also the logo, the top menu, the elements, the quick links for to download the app, this slider images should remain the same. The position should remain the same, so that user is aware that he is using the same website. So these are the different elements, home page elements, buttons, tab, images, links. Then pop-up, sign up, sign in options, social plugin options, home page other elements like broken images, all frame titles, mobile app download check. Similarly for Go Air, again it is a home page. So if you can see, the implementation is such that it is generalized. So no matter what is the type, no matter what is the website in this category, airlines ticket booking, more or less the features, the writing of the code remains the same. Next part is the step definition. So these are different scenarios which we will see, which you can also download the code and see. There are almost 80 scenarios in each website I have designed, which is more than sufficient to validate functional test cases for any category. Go Air also, if you see important home page elements, home, buttons, images, tabs, label, pop-up handling. So if there is some offer going on, monsoon offer, some summer offer, then a pop-up should come or not. So we can just edit this and implement the code. So in the Cucumber layer, there's something called step definition, where the definition of each step is written. So whenever the code execution starts from the Cucumber, it searches for the definition of this step using Cucumber plugin, which is found in the step definition class, step definition Java file, step definition American Airlines, and then a particular method is called. So two layer, this is the top layer wherein the Cucumber plain English implementation or plain English scenarios are linked or are entertained in Java. Similarly for GoAir and similarly for other things. Now let's see this init. How to go to the definition? Go to definition. Okay, init WebDriver. So as I said, for any scenario to execute, basic thing is to have to open the browser and navigate to this website. Okay, so we saw package naming convention, step definition, the airlines feature. Now let's see the individual website specific packages. So it starts with com.imademethink underscore web automation.pkg. So this was the general package for all different websites, but this is specific to American Airlines. Under that we have main class. So this is from where the second layer starts, which I will explain in the next video, and these are the page objects. So step definition, American Airlines. If you see this init, and init basically it is very generic for all type of websites. So this is defined in a separate step definition file. So I'm going to initiate a WebDriver. Remember, init Firefox WebDriver browser, that will be captured as a variable here using step definition implementation. And then, so this is a utility which I have designed, real WebDriver, wherein different types of browsers we can initialize based on what we pass as a variable. As of now, Firefox is the most common, or we in general use WebDriver. So I'm using Firefox WebDriver, but there are other implementations also available. For example, Chrome driver. So we need to set some system path and copy that Chrome driver.exe file from Selenium website and then start using. But as of now, I'm using Firefox driver only. We can have Opera, we can have Android, we can have things like that. We can have different. If the scenario, if the variable is random, init random browser, then I have handled it as a random, and then and basically I'm taking it from a list, and then that particular browser I'm instantiating. Again here, one of the good thing is I have done a try and catch. Basically I will be attempting to open browser 3 times, and whichever time it fails, it catches the exception so that the tests are not failed. Exception occurred while invoking a specific browser, trial 1, and this will be for 3 times. So this is again a good coding practice, that handle the exception in the code itself and try a couple of times more. Okay, now what is the next step? Website under test. So we saw utility for WebDriver. Okay, this is the general init, fine. Then website specific init. Okay, American Airlines step definition, init general supporting items, init abstract page, specific page objects, initialize this website specific items. Let's see general supporting items. So in general, supporting items, there are different items like database init, Excel or Apache handler, CSV file handler, properties file handler. So as of now, apart from properties file handler, other things are not required or not implemented, but that is the agenda for future. So property file handler, so these are all initialization part. We can initialize for all, or we can initialize by individual, depends on how do you call the method. So as we have init, we have terminate also, so we can terminate all at a time, or we can terminate only DB or Apache POI or properties handler or nothing. Okay, so this is all about init, website specific, and then our individual scenario execution starts. Let's take an example of this. Go to its definition declaration, or go to its declaration. So the step definition implementation or the core methods calling starts from here. So basically this is the two layer, this is the first layer wherein the feature files are entertained in step definition, and we are calling the actual Java methods for further operations. Thanks for watching.